All righty, everybody. Hello, welcome. We are going to cover quite a bit today, so this may be a little bit of a longer video. Thanks for joining me. I am Lady Virgo here on the channel Divine Destiny 13. This is all about energy, deep feeling, deep healing. So oftentimes I've always wondered, especially when I was a little girl, why I was so sensitive to everything. And now that I'm realizing that it is because I'm a deep feeler. We are here on the earth plane on the school of hard knocks. But if you're alive in 2024, we are going through significant changes and they just keep amping up. Things keep amping up. I've been trying to get this recorded and we've been having a lot of solar flare activity. I normally have zero issues with my internet connection, and my music that's playing in the background just completely froze up. Hopefully, with the help of Divine, this energy update slash astrology update makes its way to you guys without too many glitches. So, first and foremost, where do I want to start with this? A lot of mental activity. Again, I'm coming to you recording this on the new moon in Aquarius that's taking place currently right now as I speak, but this energy has been building a couple weeks up to this new moon. We had Pluto take its journey back into the sign of Aquarius. This is a big deal as well. It is the second time it's visited here. Only got into about 0 degrees before it went back into Capricorn. It will, the planet Pluto of death, rebirth, on the low aspect, control, on the high aspect, huge transformation opportunities for humanity. And so we are on a planet of free will. Where this and how this plays out is to be determined by the collective. So a lot of energy coming in too. We had a solar flare, huge X-class flare pop off last night. Again, I'm coming to you on the 9th, the new moon. This new moon is taking place at 20, did I write it down? 20 degrees, so many minutes, and then it is squaring Uranus in Taurus. Uranus in Taurus is something that I spoke about a lot when this took place. I believe it was 2018. Don't quote me on that. And we cannot forget the importance of that. So Uranus is one of the rulers of Aquarius. This energy is lightning fast. It's sudden jolts of aha, epiphany moments. It's electricity. So let me just reel my Mercury mind back down in again and see where I want to go with this. The collective is going through transformation. If you haven't noticed, there's a lot of people right now that feel the pressure, but perhaps they don't know what's happening, feeling this brewing up within you of a pressure, an anxiousness, a lot of energy pouring down from our sun into our bodies. So I will never forget my spiritual mentor connecting a dot for me that our consciousness and the as above so below is directly linked. So our consciousness affects where we're headed, and as above also affects where we're headed. So we're in these dense bodies. It's important to have a huge, strong spiritual foundation as we keep going forward, because that is going to be the anchor for you as we're going through all of these transitions, these deaths, these rebirths in our personal lives and also on the collective. So we have to support our bodies. We are dense. We dropped down, so to speak, from the heavens, from our light bodies. We were birthed through our mothers into these vessels that are dense. The earth plane is dense. They call it the school of hard knocks. And so we have this, we're in this time of transition, and a lot of people, and I used to myself call it an awakening, but I am going to shift that in my own, because it's shifted in me, that it is a remembering. So if you can tap into that spiritual essence of yourselves, you could be noticing that you're having perhaps dreams, perhaps you're having memories. This is all tied into not only our Akashic records, the book of life, so to speak, but it's also tied into the crystalline grid on Mother Earth, Gaia, the womb that supports us as humans. So I want to slow down because I do have all of this Aquarian energy that we're talking about today, the Aquarian age. This is all of these heavy planets hitting my third house. So I understand my mental energy is very busy. I'm going through many different transitions. Wherever this falls in your chart, it will have a huge influence on you as well. But this is having a huge influence over not only my learning, my communication, how I'm receiving information, how I'm wanting to share and pour out information to you all, right? Because the Aquarian energy is those lines like this, and it's known as the water bear. It's a fixed earth sign. So I feel like more and more of us are going to come into our remembering of the collective consciousness, feeling the collective's energy. And again, you don't have to be awake. This could be happening. This could be happening within you. But people who are not aware that we're in a time of transformation, that we're in a time of transition into a new era, to a remembering that we were once very telepathic beings. We were very light beings, but we've dropped down into the density, what they call the fall, right? So as we integrate more and more of these energies, we have to support our bodies. We have to make sure we're supporting our mental health, because the more and more light that's pouring into our planet, into our bodies, the more we're shifting and changing. And the very first thing that it influences and has an impact over is the central nervous system. The central nervous system starts with the vagus nerve, which they call the wandering nerve. It goes from our brainstem, it wanders down all through our heart chakra. That's why a lot of people were experiencing higher pulse rates. A lot of people have been experiencing issues with high blood pressure, heart palpitations. Plus, we have all of the AI fake technology in the ethers, right? We have a natural cycle happening on the earth plane that we haven't experienced in this lifetime. Add to that technology, which is also Aquarian energy, satellites, sky links, Wi-Fi, all of these synthetic things are all influencing us. So the heart chakra, again, if you're walking in light and you're walking in the truth and the way, the heart, you're going to be feeling these as well. But just think about the people that are so scientific that they're not willing to open their mind to the spiritual aspect of it. We have to have and integrate both. So that wandering nerve continues through the heart chakra down into the solar plexus energy, which is the digestive tract. This is all of the things. People are having a lot of mental energy, changes in thoughts, changes in perspectives, perhaps sudden aha moments with the Uranus square new moon in Aquarius, both fixed, right? We have fixed earth, fixed air, fixed energy in astrology within us are the stabilizers. But it also can be so gripping onto things that we're not open to the shifts and changes that we're going through. So after that, the digestive tract. So many people's appetites are fluctuating. Stop it. I'm going to spray. Stop. Sorry, my cat was attacking me. I have to call her back. Let me not lose track of here where I'm at. And I did. So pardon me, because I do have this transit and all of these planets in my third house, which is already the energy of a Mercury ruled house. Gemini, I'm a Virgo sun. So bear with me here. Wherever this is hitting you in your birth natal chart is going to be significant as well, but it's also going to square up to wherever Taurus is. So do a free astrology chart. That will be very helpful for you in assisting. So again, changes of appetites are happening as well. I want to get on to the Schumann resonance, because last night we had a huge, I'm coming to you the night before. I'm not surprised. This is the age of light. And we are definitely feeling the energies. Now, again, you don't have to be awake. This is happening collectively, whether you're awake or not, but having a spiritual understanding that there's a bigger picture, that you're more than this body, that this planet and this cycle that we're in, although we have not lived through this cycle, a lot of things are shifting and changing. So right here in the scientific sense, the protons are raining down onto Earth from this solar flare. An S2 class radiation storm is underway following today's strong X class 3.4 solar flare. And there's been another one that's popped off since I pulled this up, just so you know. So these solar protons are raining down onto Earth, into us, our upper atmosphere, and is causing huge absorption of these proton energies, this radiation and solar energy. So your body may be experiencing, I noticed mine was today, huge eye adjustments again, blurry vision that's more clear, able to see different perspectives, right? In with your third eye, a lot of heat coming up through the body, a lot of sensations of vibration, tingling in different parts of your body. These energies, sleep disturbances, irregular heartbeat. Again, I am not replacing medical help, but if you're feeling some of these, by all means do get yourself checked out. But again, we are going through huge changes and shifts. I had this aha moment that no, we're not ascending, we're actually remembering when we were living in a time where there was more telepathy, and we're going to believe regain that. I had several people reach out to me the beginning of this week because the solar activity's been popping. This is just happens to be a really big one of holy fuck, why am I feeling so much anxiety? It is a combination of as above, so below. We're integrating. There's solar flares popping off. We're going more and more into the energy of the age of Aquarius, which is fixed air. Huge with this new moon squaring up to Uranus, because again, it's sudden jolts of energy. It's like lightning. It's fast. It's erratic. So this is why it's important for all of us to have this awareness, and to the ones that are not aware at all, are not open to this, feelings of anxiety, feeling like a brewing of undercurrent of pressure building within us. We really got to make sure that we are supporting the body, because this one we had last night was huge. I felt it. And there was another one again today, X class flare. It's the highest. So it's C class, M class, X class. And the sun's popping. We're changing, we're shifting. And there's no coincidence to me that these solar flares that have been popping off from our sun are happening as Pluto has now transitioned back into Aquarius. So far, we've had the planet of Mercury, the mind, the thinking, communication. Again, these solar flares have an influence not only through us, starting out in our central nervous system, because everything is energy, but it also has an influence over electricity, internet, communications, radio activity. I'm not surprised that my Zen music that I had to chill me out a little bit in the background is froze up. So again, I don't know everything intellectually, but I am a deep feeler, have been since I've been born. I have Pluto in Libra, so I'm the generation that's helping transition us into a new way of relating not only to ourselves, but others. And so here's the current Schumann resonance. This is Gaia's heartbeat. We are, living this experience on the earth. So for me, the normal, quote normal, whatever that is, frequency of Mother Gaia has been 7.83 hertz, and that ranges around where we're seeing the blues and greens, pretty normal. As we know, we can align these as well with throat chakra, right? I'm already spinning here, so I hope this records okay, guys. We have the greens, which is the heart chakra, and we have the blues, which is throat chakra. Again, as I've always said on my channel, directly linked, because when we speak in truth, when we walk in truth from the heart space, that is the way. So when we get these sudden bursts, I see these white energies of the light, more of the light from our sun coming into our vessels. It's a higher vibration. So that's where we could be feeling the buzzing in our bodies, the hotness that surges that we've been getting through our bodies. And then you see these red energies. I feel these red energies are huge root chakra. Root chakra is the lowest. That is the lowest on our, other than the star chakra that connects us to the earth. Fears, anger, density, what that feeling is within us. So these light codes coming in, this plasma, this radiation, that not only Mama Earth is integrating, but our bodies are integrating. We have to let go. And this is how we do it. In order to heal it, we have to feel it. And so these lights, this light, this higher vibration coming into the density of the planet, there's just a correlation between consciousness, higher, lower, and we all have free will to choose. Do we want to remember that our origins are not of only this earth, that many of us have incarnated here because the karma that I feel that we're being asked to heal and let go of, and that is by facing our shadow, by facing our fears, this root chakra red. If you haven't turned and faced issues and you're running from issues, which there's a lot of people out creating more karma right now, it's a bad effing idea. We have to face the wounds and the afflictions of being on the earth plane going through things. And that's why I named my channel Divine Destiny 13. It's about the nodes of the moon. And collectively, we have the north node of the moon in Aries, which is self. It's facing our authenticity, facing our shadows, having a knowingness of who we are. And then the opposite, of course, is South Node in Libra, a lot of changing in relationship with self, and a lot of relationships that need to be faced, because we cannot continue to go on and on in relations that are very karmic. If it isn't of love, if it isn't of authenticity, and there's lying and there's deceiving, you are not equally yoked. And so if you are on the planet right now not going through any sort of relationship transformation, you're probably not here on the planet. And this can be siblings. This is anybody we have relationships with. This is relationship with the planet as well, right? Any relationships, mostly one-on-one with the South Node in Libra. So it don't have to be significant others. It can be relationships with siblings, any one-on-one. So again, I see this as this light needing to purge out the density, very root chakra, fears coming up, anger's coming up. And then people who are living completely out of ego also being asked to face. And I'm telling you right now, if people are out there just being impulsive, whatnot, and not facing the wounds that they have within them, which I've experienced in my personal life, they're going to hit a brick wall, because the age of light is about truth. It's not about deception, lying, and destroying. It's about creating and manifesting. But that can't happen if you're not in authenticity. So I really hope, like I said, this is recording. I keep getting the spin. I'm not surprised with this X-class flare that it's happening. So this radiation and this integration of the light is huge. And again, if people are unaware of what's happening as above, so below, what we're being asked to face and end karma and go into more of a time of dharma where it's about the people, because that is what Aquarius is about. It's about the people. It's about finding innovative ways to do things, but we're leaving behind the time of the Capricorn energy where it was top down power structures. And still with the Pluto at 0 degrees, there's still a struggle for that, right? Because the Pluto on the low aspect is about control. It's about obsession. And again, it's going to depend on your own personal natal chart where all these energies are hitting. But this new moon squaring up to Uranus in Taurus, fixed Earth. I'm going to say I'm not even, to be honest with you, today, this whole day, I've only been just staying in the present and feeling into the body and integrating, got outside and grounded, of course, but I'm not even planting a new seed. What I'm doing is just sitting in the stillness and sitting in the simmer for what's to come. We're going to play into this energy with the new moon for another couple more weeks, but there's more things that are happening. Again, Mercury has already crossed the planet of communication, our intellect. Short distance travel came into conjunction with Pluto. That was something that we haven't witnessed in our lifetime. We now have Mars about 27 degrees, so it's getting closer and closer to this. This Mars conjunction with Pluto is a time when, did I write the date down for this? This is a time, I'm going to give it a window even that's already been brewing, because I feel like that's the pressure that many people are feeling, awake or not, irrelevant. Anger is our energy, our assertiveness, but it's also the masculine energy can play out in anger. Pluto is the planet of also death and rebirth. Huge transformation. So people can be losing their tempers really easily right now because they feel, even if they're not awake, this pressure, this tension, this anxiety brewing. Mercury will also follow and come into contact with Pluto. So Mercury is our values, it's beauty, it's our resources, and she will be also moving into a conjunction with Pluto as well. So it's just a huge month. And I'm not even going to shorten it up with being in just a month. I'm going to go past that. I'm going to continue to say this all the way through March as we enter as the sun moves in more into the Pisces energy. So for this whole month, pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to what's happening within you. Because it's just going to keep piling up into this fixed air sign of Aquarius, wherein we need to think differently, where we need to be innovative, where we can share this information and pour it out to the collective to help. I know that community is very important. I've been saying that, but it's intensifying the importance of having, even if it's one person to be able to relate to talk to, say, hey, I'm feeling this today. Again, this is Friday when I'm recording this, but on Monday, I had several people reach out to me. They know I'm very in tune with the energies. I've finally realized why I've been such a sensitive person all my life. It is to be able to help others, but also by me helping others, it helps me in return, right? Mercury, the planet of communication, Aquarius, the people, pouring that information into others. Pluto, huge transformation. Pluto will go back into Capricorn for a few months, I believe September of 2024 through November. But once it comes back up into Aquarius, we are in full throttle mode into the age of Aquarius, if you ask me, my own personal thoughts. But if you've noticed, a lot of things feel like they're speeding up. And so we have to be able to slow down and smell the roses, because this shit, especially with the squaring up to Uranus, you can just get completely fried out. The stress levels become too much. The overthinking becoming too much, feeling like you're wound for sound, which I do actually. And that's why I got outside and grounded. Hydrating is important, especially today. I've been feeling the solar flares since about 2017. And I didn't know for the longest time why I would feel so deeply, but now I know why. It's to be able to pour out the information to other people, even if it's in small community. But I did notice that my base is extending out even past small community. I want to highlight this as well. We have the energy of the North Node in Aries. This is where the collective is being asked to focus on, not self and egotistical way, but healing thyself. Chiron, the wounded healer, going to be coming into a conjunction, which is already 2 degrees away from the at the new moon, but it will come into exact conjunction. So people really need to face themselves. And if you're not willing to, if you're staying in relationships that are not equally yoked, South Node, this is what we're letting go of. This is a whole new way perspective of doing relationships, perhaps. And hopefully you don't lose your moral compass on the way, because that won't end well with you. If you're not being genuine and authentic at this point, you're going to be out there creating more karma instead of ending karma and severing. I want to leave the astrology behind and just go into some cards. I hope it never goes where I exactly think it's going to go, but I pray before I come on. And I just wanted to thank you all for being here. It definitely increased over the day with this X-class flare. So it's a matter of integration for me. I'm going to stop saying ascension symptoms, because I believe that humanity's been wiped out more than once. When we leave behind our moral compass, and when we go into a time like the Atlantis time, the fall of Atlantis, where they were using technology, Aquarius, for the bad, we're really, as a human species, dabbling with the wrong thing. Always remember your divinity. Never take for granted that sitting and having conversation with somebody face to face, especially the more and more as we go into this Aquarian energy and things are advancing and things are about technology and science, we can't leave behind the memory of the yesteryears, of the past lives, of true authentic communication, because really we were light beings at one time that chose to incarnate in this body. And so we became dense. At one time, I believe we spoke through telepathy. I know when I didn't have a near-death experience, but I had a very traumatic experience. And when I was lifted up out of my body, the energy of creator was with me. It wasn't a visual of I seen this creator. It wasn't a matter of I literally heard this creator. It was a matter of feel. It was telepathy. I knew the presence of creator was with me, and I could hear that I was going to be okay and that my son was okay. So the only thing I can relate it to on my experience of that happening was there was a knowingness that everything was okay. So there was definitely telepathy there, and it was a matter of a knowing, and that's where we're headed to. So the technology, I believe that we're being given little bits by little bits that's been hitting, whether it be sound frequency, whatever technology, it isn't new. It's just a matter of when humanity's been given this technology. Sun will not move into Pisces until, oh, is it the 18th? Okay, that's what I wrote. Sun will move into Pisces out of this Aquarian energy on the 18th. So I'm again going to extend the energies of what I'm sharing with you guys right now all the way through March. Pay attention to this Mars moving into Aquarius on 2/13, February 13th, into Aquarius at 1:05 Eastern Standard Time. And again, it's going to be coming in conjunction with this Pluto. We have the planet of warring, anger, assertiveness, aggression coming into this deep conjunction with Pluto, which is the unconscious. This could be people who are unaware, having sudden burst and outburst. Lay low, keep that in mind. On the high aspect of it, it can be just some really transformational physical energy that you have to do something to help out humanity, to connect with community. But again, I'm going to play out both sides of that, because not everybody is awake and aware. My stomach is growling right now. It's so crazy because I wasn't even hungry before I came on. Again, that digestive tract, the nervous system, the heart, all being influenced and under the solar flare energy. So I know this never picks up well when I'm recording through the cloud, through my laptop, but I wanted to do share screen today. I'm going to clear my energy and do a few cards for this. Huge relational transformations happening, and it starts with self. We got to get more on a equal playing field with the people. Aquarius energy, the water bear, the people. This hierarchy, this way out of balance. And that's where I keep having the energy. I'm not the only one that has been feeling like something big is happening. Now, whether this happens physically or whether this is a past life memory that many of us are having, there's many people that have expressed the same thing to me, where I just feel like something's happening. What's going to happen? Hey, to be honest with you, human beings are like a fucking cancer to this planet. And at this point, I don't proclaim this, I don't profess this. But if something happens where we're all taken out and we have to go through a reset again, there's a reason why this happens. I don't believe in a vengeful God, but I do believe there's a reason why. When we are, as human beings, takers, destroyers, deceivers, leaving away and ignoring our moral compass that the Holy Spirit is within all of us. Even a narcissist has the Holy Spirit within them. They choose to ignore that voice. They're liars, they're cheaters. And this is coming up huge. I said this when I started my podcast. If you haven't tuned into that, it has its own playlist here on my channel. That I was not going to be the only one who's seen the mask slip in a relationship that I thought was a marriage that I loved, that I totally respected. But if people are not equally yoked right now, masks are slipping, truth is being revealed. This is the era of light, and the darkness cannot hide. We have to be equally yoked in relationships. Who wants to be with a liar deceiver that the whole time you think you're creating, they're fucking destroying? I mean, that's just low vibe energy. So let's pull a message from the Sacred Rebel. This is totally fitting with the Aquarian energy. I'm going to start working on being able to come on and basically through your rising sign, give a short description of how this may be influencing you through each house. I have energy coming up my right foot right now. Again, remember the power of your hands, your heart, your hand chakras, and your feet. These are the hands are the healers, right? So feeling the other day I was in the grocery store in town, and my one and tip of my finger got tingly numb for a minute, and then it went away. It was the most bizarre thing. So these energy chakras through your body are, of course, with the central nervous system, the first thing to feel these huge influxes of light that are breaking up density in our bodies. What is already with you? Card 17. 17 is super significant number for me. What is already with you? And then it's got this beautiful prayer position, open hands, being open to the light pouring in, to the blessings pouring in, the aha moments pouring in. As I said, I have a feeling that we are not in an awakening. We're in a remembering. We have DNA coming online. We have Akashic records that are being tapped into, even if you don't even know what it is, like it's happening. People's dreams are showing them symbolism, metaphors. You're getting messages from the divine, from creator to help you through this time. It is within us. It's all within us. My friend and I were just talking last night about the power of the mind and the consciousness, which I've known, but I think it's more important than ever that if we start having any of the lower vibrational thoughts, that we immediately correct ourselves, cancel, alt, delete, and manifest or plant the seed of a higher purpose for yourself, a higher knowingness. Like I said, the energy of the water bear is like information. It's coming hot and heavy. We need to be able to decipher out what our truth is from the Holy Spirit, from the divine voice that's within us, what is already in us, what is already with you. You are more than just this body. It's wanting us to, and again, if I didn't have my spiritual roots, which I totally suggest everybody get yourself some. I just listened to a lady last night that's a powerhouse in my support right now as I'm going through a huge transition, um, a death of a situationship. That if we only go with science and we forget the spiritual aspect of it and go, it's just poo poo, it's bullshit, we are going to miss out on so many things. And I feel like that's what it's wanting to share with us as we go through into this Aquarian energy, where it's about science, technology. We cannot forget what is within us. You know, we came from a time of telepathy. The internet's just, this isn't really new, but the advancements that we're taking as a humanity, we have to caution ourselves. Well, you see all the goggles, and they've been grooming this for a long time, you know, whether it be self-checkout, wireless ear pods, whatever, which I don't use because I'm so sensitive to energy anyway. But really, in all actuality, we have to be ability to sit with other people, to feel other people. As the heart chakra, our aura extends out past us. We have to start trusting what's within us. When somebody's around you and they're being shady, fucking trust that. Please trust that more than ever going forward. Trust the Holy Spirit, the divine energy, your higher self, whatever you call it. We're going to need that for the communication, for the guidance as we go forward. So what is already within you and what is with you? You are surrounded, oh my goodness, with, you know, we were just talking about this last night too. Angels, ancestors, guides, loved ones that have crossed over. It's all right here. Tap into it. Remember it. So the next card we got is 10 of Pentacles, ultimate achievement. 10th house to me is about who we are in the world. It's not just about career. 10th house is about, it is ruled by Capricorn, the goat, the one that'll climb the mountain to the top. But we have to make sure we're not stepping on people to get to the top. 10 of Pentacles, the ultimate achievement. What is it right now? Maybe profess that with this new moon energy. Again, it is not just today. It's been brewing a couple weeks prior. It'll go past. What is it that you want to ultimately achieve? This could be something that you are being asked at this time to really reflect upon, to sit with. This is about achieving. This is for me in my own personal life. I'm an overcomer. I am an achiever, but I will not step on other people's throats, be a backbiter. Highly suggest you don't neither, to get to where you want to go, because what you're going to do by doing that is create more karma for yourselves. We're wanting to end that. 10 is also a number of a completion number. 9 is completions. 10 is about what we want to build in the earth plane, earth energy. And we got the 4 of Cups, missed opportunities. So water energy, emotional energy. This could be a lot of you reflecting right now on something that was not what you thought it was. 4 to me is like a stabilizing number. 4 is also the house 4 in astrology is ruled by the moon. So the mother, the nurturing energy, the support system that we have in our foundational roots. This isn't just in our family life, but also in our bodies. We have to let go of things. Like I said, Chiron's going to be coming to an exact conjunction, the wounded healer, with the North Node, where we want to head. So you could be doing a lot of reflecting with what opportunities that you may have missed in the that were from the past. And you know, he's standing here looking at this vortex of energy, or this sun energy out into the ocean. And so maybe we're being asked at this time to look forward, to feel, to heal, to grieve, whatever this missed opportunity is for you, but to keep our eye looking forward into the light. And with this 10 of Pentacles, the ultimate achievement, to me, The ultimate achievement is to be a good person within myself. None of us are perfect. My ultimate achievement is to be good, to be genuine, so that I can be that with other people. So it's crazy here because we have 4 and 10. That is the excess of Cancer Capricorn. That is the male, that's the masculine, the feminine, that's the mother, the divine mother. That is our mothers. This is the father, but it's also, are we balanced in our home, in our bodies? Are we balanced and being authentic in the world, who we are in the world? A lot of that is changing as well right now. Water and earth are good together because without water, there's no growth. But if there's too much water, it drowns us out. So a good heat, it's crazy. The Cancer Capricorn axis comes up, earth, water. I think we have to definitely have our own spiritual roots and who we are, home, fourth, in order to be who we need to be out in the world, 10. There's that. Let's do a message from, what does it want to look at? The Astro Star codes. Let's do a message from that. What else would it like us to look at with all of this energy going into Aquarius? Again, today's the 9th, the new moon in Aquarius, squaring up to Uranus at about 19 degrees in Taurus, both fixed energy. This can be something where we can work on stabilizing ourselves right now. Wow, ear ringing. That's another thing too. I'm glad I brought that up. A lot of people are going through a lot of the same symptoms I've shared in the past. That's why I haven't done any, but it's really amped up right now. Ear ringing, ear static, noises sounding louder, vision adjusting. So you can tell the frequency and the density is purging and it's changing and vibrating higher, because those of us that were experiencing ear ringing before could be feeling static. I know last night I had a huge, like a really prominent ear ring in the left ear. Hot surge. I need to ground again. And I was outside quite a bit today, even though it was very windy. If you notice today, the high solar winds, the auroras are going to be popping. If you haven't noticed as well, the auroras are showing up in places that we're not accustomed to as well. And if I'm not mistaken, they say the planet Jupiter is also changing its weather. So this is not just the Earth plane. So we got the planet of Venus. Which day does she go in? Again, Venus rules over Taurus and Libra. So this is our resources. This is love. This is beauty. This is the beloved. This is the sacred feminine. This is the closest thing we can get to on the earth plane to love, what we value, what our resources are. She enters Aquarius on the 16th, and this is just 3 days after Mars. New innovative ways of loving. This can be a Venus that, because she is our morning star right now, she's rising before the sun. So this is a little bit of an energy of kind of a masculine energy too out of this. This is one that's really maybe not the receiving energy of Venus, but the doing. What exactly is this wanting to tell me right now, bringing up Venus? Be true to your heart. Be authentic on what you value. This is also little goody treats. Like you might be having a little bit of a sweet tooth right now. Don't judge yourself. The new age spiritual communities. So yes, I know sugar's not good for you, but we are, like my spiritual mentor taught me, we do have Valentine's Day coming up too, which is just fuck bullshit to me anyway. It's a Hallmark holiday. We should be loving every day. Every day we should be loving. This is also kind of just reminder to me too. I got to pull the chart back up. Pardon me, because there's a reason why Venus is coming up specifically. Share screen. There we go. Hopefully you can see me. There we go. She's still in Capricorn, so she's dutiful right now. She's the doer. She might be a little bit masculine, because Capricorn's actually feminine energy, it's earth energy, but you could be your Venus, your feminine side could be very dutiful right now, doing things. She moves into more of Aquarius, she's going to be more heady. She's going to be more cutting. It's fixed energy. We're leaving cardinal energy into fixed energy. So a willingness to stabilize. Venus rules over the energy of Taurus, which is in, I'm sorry, Venus rules over Taurus. Yes, that Uranus is in. So we could be having a lot of quick endings to relationships that may continue. This is already a theme that's happened for me, but I mean, this is going to continue because Uranus does definitely not only innovate, but Uranus could be also cutting out relationships because it just, it's not equally yoked. So she also rules over Libra, where the South Node is. Again, relationships, not getting lost in relationships, but being equally yoked with, not just playing a part, playing a fucking character like a narcissist does, but being authentic. And with it being the South Node, this is a ending of a ways of perhaps seeing beauty in something that it is no longer, you don't find beauty in it, or perhaps an ending of a relationship that's I always say, because people say relationships are 50-50. No, actually they're not. They're 100-100. You are whole and you should be healthy. There's a lot of people running around on the planet that are not, but it takes two people to be 100-100 into the relationship for it to work. So think about that as we approach. I don't really do the whole Hallmark holiday. I just wanted to pull up, of course, we got the Uranus quick changes in the sign that's ruled by Venus, and then also the South Node letting go of also ruled by Venus. So there we have that. Let's do an energy of the I am before I close this up. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you didn't finish watching it, pause, get yourself a cup of coffee. I caution you to not let yourself go into burnout. There's a lot of nervous energy. There's a lot of pressure energy. There's a lot of mental energy. So self-care, and I'm going to say this, I've been saying this to my friends, this is not the time to be dabbling around with escapism, whether it be alcohol or drugs, because shit can, boom, sudden quick changes that never happened before, all of a sudden happened, and you are done. You're out of the body. So I'm going to continue to say that as we have Saturn in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces, but I'm going to say it again. With any sort of escapism, especially as we go more and more into this Aquarian energy, don't get burned out. Don't get lost in the collective to where you don't know yourself. A lot of people are adjusting, not quite finding where we fit in with the collective. There's a lot of transformation in relationships, endings, but we are trying to find our tribes. Don't be fooled by wolves in sheep's clothing. The I am affirmation for this energy update is, this is interesting. I am comfortable with my sexuality. We're in a time, sexuality is not just gender, as we know. We're in a time where there's systems in place that are wanting to confuse people with that. There is people out there that have lost their moral compass, that have not done their healing or inner shadow work, that they're just thinking that open polygamous relationships are okay and healthy. You are exchanging energy. I don't care if you don't like what I'm saying. You don't have to agree with it. But there's a lot of confusion being propagated by people who do not have your best interest. There's a reason why you incarnated on this planet at this time in the body that you did. Don't mutilate it. Do not mutilate it. I am comfortable with my sexuality. This Mars is going to go into a conjunction on February 13th with Pluto. A lot of things coming up from the subconscious This could be anger, lashing out because they don't know, they haven't faced their shadow. But this could also bring forth a huge transformation if you're involved sexually with people, with yourself. And once you understand that we're all energy, you won't be just going and spreading that energy with other people. Wow, this kind of just really relates to my recent podcast on the energy exchange that we all have when we have sex with other people. Pay attention to that, because this is another thing coming up with this Pluto Mars conjunction. If you're out there just dabbling sexual energy with other people, this could be a time when you have this Aquarius new moon squaring up with Uranus. You could just have some fucking crazy ass STD that nobody's ever heard of all of a sudden come into the forefront. The power of our sexuality is important because we are energy. God dang, we just talked about this. And I wish I could quote what my sister Althea Grace shared on one of my YouTube videos, because it was freaking powerful. That we think that we're not going to be, I'm just going to summarize it. Something to do with, we think we can just go out, right? Aquarian energy is also about a little bit about freedom and individuality and uniqueness. But if we think there's going to be no repercussions to how humanity's acting out with their sexual energy, we got a rude awakening coming. We know better, we can do better. And that sexual energy being the sacral chakra, the creation energy. This could be an energy with, oh, fuck, I just screwed this bitch because it felt good, but now I got her knocked up. I know this was deep. I know this was long, but this is what it is. And I definitely see it as above, so below. Take care of your nervous system. Take care of your body. Make sure you hydrate, because, like I said, these high vibrational plasma and radiation light coming in can have you dehydrated really, really quick. So I suggest that you make sure you take care of that body, take care of that vessel. Your mental health is another thing too. If you need help, get help. I would suggest, if you're not having a close friend to talk to, if you do go to a traditional new age psychologist, that they also integrate the spiritual aspect of what's happening and vice versa. Much love to you all. Shalom, shalom.